Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing wonderful. We're going to start our day with some matcha and a nice hip opening flow. So getting nice and comfy in your space wherever you have available. I am in my room currently, so welcome. We're going to start in a child's pose today. So you can keep the knees together or start to take them nice and wide. We're going to sink the hips down towards the heels and start to walk the hands all the way out towards the top of the mat, dropping the chest down, dropping the third eye down. We are going to use a little pillow during this flow if you have it available. It's not necessary. So if you want to take a little pillow, you can place it right underneath you in this child's pose, resting the chest on it, resting the third eye, maybe lifting the gaze up, resting the chin. And just breathing here, lengthening the spine, deepening the breath, letting go of any negative tension, anything that you're holding on to that is no longer serving you. If you'd like, you can place the right and left sides of the face down on that pillow, alternating if you take that option, taking a few breaths on each side, starting to stretch out the neck, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Beautiful breath. Starting to slowly lift up. Removing that pillow if you were using it. If you were not using that pillow, we're going to stay in that child's pose for another few breaths. And deepening here. So if you'd like, you can start to place the palms together and place those hands right behind the nape of the neck, getting a nice stretch underneath the shoulders. Maybe wiggling those elbows forward slightly. Again, if you'd like to use that pillow, you can place the pillow underneath the elbows and rest the head right down in front of it, deepening that stretch underneath the arms. Taking a few breaths here. And whenever you're ready, we're going to take a few baby cat-cows, releasing that pillow if you were using it, coming back down. Maybe placing those fingertips down and pressing into them. Inhale, we're lifting the head up, shifting the chest down, and as we exhale, we're going to curl that head in, arch the spine towards the sky. Inhale, dropping the chest, lifting the gaze. Exhale, little cat pose. Inhale, lift the gaze, little arch in the lower back. Exhale, releasing. Coming back through that neutral spine, taking a few rolls in the shoulders and the hips if you'd like. And when you're ready, we're going to walk those hands over to the right side, taking a side stretch through that left side body, keeping the hips down. Maybe wrapping that right arm around the lower back, opening up that heart space. When you're ready, releasing, walking those hands back through center and all the way over to the left, taking that side stretch on that right side body this time. So once again, if you'd like, you can wrap that left hand around the lower back, find that bind, keeping those hips down towards the heels. And when you're ready, slowly releasing, coming all the way back through center, finding that child's pose for one more breath, and as you release, starting to walk those hands up halfway. Arms are nice and long, hands are shoulder distance apart. We're going to thread the needle, sweeping that right arm up as we inhale. Exhale, take it underneath the left. And take that right side of the face down. Maybe walking those left fingertips forward. Maybe wrapping that left arm around the lower back. Taking a breath here, and when you're ready, starting to slowly release. Placing that left hand back down and starting to push up through, extending the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, bringing that right hand down to meet the left. Shaking out here for a moment, sweeping that left arm up when you're ready. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, placing that left arm underneath the right, left side of the face down. Walking those right fingertips forward, extending that right arm, maybe sweeping it around the lower back and finding that inner left thigh. Inhaling here. Exhale, start to slowly release, placing that right hand down to frame the face. On the next inhale, starting to push up through, sweeping that left arm all the way up. And exhale, drop the left hand down to meet the right. Starting to walk those hands all the way into the body and taking a seat on the heels. So if you're comfortable here, just sitting on the heels, you can stay exactly where you are. If you'd like, you can take the feet a little wider and come into a hero's pose. So again, if you'd like to use that little pillow, you can place it right underneath the sit bones and prop yourself up a little bit, getting nice and comfy. So taking whatever is available, whatever feels good, and just taking a few moments here to settle and breathe, lengthening the spine, reaching the crown of the head up towards the sky, dropping those sit bones, rooting them down towards the earth, dropping the shoulders, and just breathing here deeply in through the nose, holding it for a moment when you reach the top and exhaling through the nose, starting to constrict the back of the throat and find that Ujjayi breath. Taking this time to reflect, let go of anything that is no longer serving you, sweeping those arms all the way up overhead when you're ready, and we're going to bring the hands down to the heart. Meeting at heart center. Taking a moment here to set our intention. Ahimsa, non-violence. What does it mean to you? Sealing that intention in here, whatever it is. Taking a moment with it. When you're ready, we're going to sweep those arms all the way back up to the sky. Dropping that right hand down to the right side, reaching that left arm over the left ear, lifting the gaze up and taking that nice side stretch. Deepening as you breathe, lifting back up on that inhale. As we exhale, this time dropping the left hand down to the left side and reaching our right arm over the right ear, lifting the gaze up, deepening as we exhale. Pushing all the way up through center on the next inhale. And as we exhale, taking a twist, revolving to the right side, bringing that right hand down right in the center behind us, or floating those fingertips right above. Left hand is placed right on top of that right knee or outer thigh, lengthening through the spine. As we inhale, we're going to start to reach that right arm all the way up and cross it over the left, finding that left knee. Taking a shoulder stretch here. Breathing into that shoulder stretch. Releasing both of those hands one vertebrae at a time. Inhale. Lifting up those arms. Exhale, revolving to the left. Left hand floats back behind us in center. Lifting and lengthening through that spine as we inhale, and exhale to deepen into that twist. Grabbing a hold of that left knee with that right hand, starting to reach that left arm up and over, crossing over that right arm, finding that right knee, squaring off those shoulders, pulling the chin into the chest, and taking this nice, yummy shoulder stretch. Releasing one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale to clasp the fingers, placing them right behind the head. allowing those palms to create a little comfortable space for the head to fall back into. Opening the elbows wide, shifting the gaze up. And as we exhale, we're going to pull the elbows into center, pull the chin into the chest. Inhale, open up, arching that chest up high, opening the heart. Exhale, curl the elbows in. Inhale, open up, maybe taking a little back bend here as you move. Exhale, spine arches towards the back of the mat. This time we're going to open up, releasing those fingers. Take a goalpost with the arms, nice and wide. Exhale, releasing those hands, come down. Starting to make our way into a few nice organic dancing lions. So when you're ready, just starting to stack those shoulders above the wrists and moving organically here. You can curl the toes under, starting to circle, nice big circles. Coming through the wrists, coming through, rolling out that spine. And breathing, most importantly. Starting to switch directions when you're ready. And making our way into that nice neutral spine tabletop. Starting to arch the belly towards the ground, lifting the gaze, lifting the hips. Exhale, taking that cat pose, spine reaches high towards the sky. Inhale, cow pose, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the hips. Exhale, pull the belly in, pull the chin into the chest, push the mat away, cat pose. One more big breath here, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Finding that neutral spine tabletop once again when you're ready, settling in here. And starting to walk those hands forward, maybe out towards the edges of the mat, dropping the chest down as we keep those hips lifted, making our way into a puppy dog pose. So if you'd like, you can place the third eye down onto a mat, maybe onto that little pillow if you'd like. You can place the chest down. So getting nice and comfy here. Use that little pillow if you have it available. Place it underneath you. Rest the chest on it. Rest the third eye on it. Take what feels good. Stretching out that lower back area, the hip and shoulders. Opening the heart. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. Releasing that pillow if you were using it. And starting to walk those hands all the way up. We're going to lift up to stack the hips on top of the knees and make our way into a camel pose from here. So, first thing we want to do is check in with that foundation, make sure everything is stacked, placing those hands right behind us on that lower back area, creating a little shelf here, starting to pull the elbows in, lifting the chest up and dropping the head back. Pushing the pelvis forward and taking that supported camel to start. Maybe starting to drop those hands down to the heels if you have a full camel available. Opening the heart. Lifting everything back up when you're ready. Grabbing onto that little shelf. Dropping the hips down. Walking the hands forward and making our way right back into our tabletop. Getting nice and comfy here. Getting settled. Placing the weight into the left hand, reaching that right arm all the way up, curling the toes under, starting to circle, sink the hips, drop the hand towards the back. Inhale, lift the arm all the way back up to the sky. Exhale, dropping it down. Drawing these big, giant circles, stretching out that right arm joint. Starting to slowly switch directions, taking those circles to the front when you're ready. Inhaling to lift up and open. Exhale, pulling that hand around. Taking one more big circle. Stretching out the hips and the toes as well here. Reaching that right arm all the way back up, coming right back to where we started. And as we exhale, we're going to thread the needle. Take that right arm, slide it under the left, and come down onto the right side of the face. Maybe starting to walk those left fingertips forward, extending that left arm out towards the front of the mat. Getting a little support as you maybe take that left leg to extend back. Stretching out those toes. So from here you have a balance available if you'd like to take that left foot up. You can float it up off of the mat a few inches, maybe a couple feet, whatever you have available. Dropping that foot back down if you took that option and starting to walk it over to the left, opening up that left hip. So coming in line with that knee if it's available. Maybe walking that left hand around to find that bind around the lower back. Taking a breath here. We're going to keep that left leg where it is as we unwind that left hand, plant it next to the face, and sweep that right arm all the way back up. Reaching it up to the sky. Exhale, drop that right hand down right underneath that right shoulder and find that neutral spine. Starting to walk those hands forward and drop the chest down once again, just like we did in our puppy dog pose, but we have that left leg extended. So deepening that stretch in that left leg, that left hip, breathing here. Maybe connecting the third eye, maybe floating it above. When you're ready, starting to walk those hands back in towards the body and all the way up. Coming into our gate pose, checking in here. Right hip is stacked over the right knee. Left leg is extended, foot is parallel to the mat, sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky, finding that full gate pose, settling in here. Dropping that left hand down over that left leg, taking a side stretch. Right arm reaches through over that right ear, gazes up. Inhale, lifting all the way back up, gate pose. As we exhale, dropping that right hand down, finding our side modified plank, and starting to make our way into a balance if it's available. Reaching that left arm over that left ear, maybe starting to extend that left foot up. Arching the chest towards this imaginary wall in front of us if you'd like, and maybe bending into that left knee. You can sweep that left arm around to find that bind if you'd like. Coming all the way back through that balance. Making our way right back into that side modified plank when you're ready. Pushing through that right hand and lifting all the way back up. Gate pose. Inhale. Exhale, settling. Bring those hands right down through heart center. Take a moment here. We're going to take them all the way back down to the ground. Stacking those shoulders right over the wrists. And starting to slide that left foot around to find the back of the mat. Starting to roll out that ankle. Adding some movement here. When you're ready, you can lift that left foot up, stamping a footprint on that imaginary wall behind you and start to roll out the ankle. Taking those ankle rolls in each direction. Bending into that left knee to open up that hip even more when you're ready. Starting to take a few hip circles here. Moving with the spine as you roll out that hip. Taking these in both directions. Balancing out. Stamping that footprint right on that imaginary wall behind us. When you're ready, lengthening through that left leg. We're going to start to take that right arm out in front of us, reaching it to frame the face. Shooting energy through those right fingertips all the way down through those left toes. Getting nice and balanced here, engage the core. Exhale, curl the elbow into the knee. Inhale, reaching out, lengthen through that balance. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, last one. Exhale, take that little crunch and make your way back into that balance. When you're ready, take a breath here and start to bend into that left knee, opening up that left side. Maybe sweeping the right arm around to find a bind. Keeping the gaze down or lifting up. And when you're ready, releasing. Making your way all the way back to that balance, dropping the right hand down and sweeping that left knee behind the right. Curtsying behind and sinking those hips down, finding this Gomukhasana fold at the back of our mat. The knees are stacked over top of each other. The feet are wide out to the sides. The head is draped down. Hands are reaching out in front of you. Slowly starting to make your way back into that tabletop. Rolling out the spine as we inhale, lifting the gaze, dropping the belly, lifting the hips. Exhale, curl the chin in, curl the belly in, arch the spine up, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, release into that cat pose. Take one more deep breath here, rolling out the spine and wiggling back to that neutral tabletop. Making sure we're nice and stacked here, shoulders right over the wrists, hips are right over the knees. Starting to shift the weight into the right arm as we sweep that left arm all the way up. Inhale. Starting to take those big circles, curl the toes, drop the hips. Exhale, drawing to the back. Inhale, lifting everything up. Exhale, circling towards the back. Take one more big circle, rolling out that shoulder joint. Beautiful. Inhale to start to make your way towards the front. Taking those circles forward, rolling that shoulder out the other way. Taking one more deep breath, big circle. Beautiful. On the next inhale, we're going to sweep that left arm all the way up to the sky, lengthening a little deeper. And as we exhale, we're going to thread it right under the right. Coming into our thread the needle. So once again, you can extend that right arm forward, walking it out towards the top of the mat. And maybe starting to extend that right leg back. Curling those toes under. Starting to lift up that right leg if you have that balance available here. So you can keep that right arm extended or wrap it around the lower back at any time. We're going to start to walk that right foot over to the right side of the mat, coming in line with that left knee if that's possible here. So once again, if you haven't already, you can take that right arm and sweep it around the lower back, opening up the heart. Take another deep breath here. Starting to slowly release, we're going to frame off the face with that right hand, keeping that right leg where it is and sweeping that left arm all the way back up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, drop that left hand down to meet the right. Starting to walk the hands forward, we're going to keep the hips high. Dropping the chest down, dropping the third eye down towards the mat. Maybe finding a connection here. And just breathing, deepening that stretch in that right side, in that lower back. Walking the hands back in when you're ready to release. We're going to walk them all the way up and come up through to our gate pose. Stacking the hips over the knees. That right leg is extended, sweeping the arms all the way up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to drop that right arm down over the right leg, using it as a guide here and sweeping that left arm over that left ear, shifting the gaze up. Inhale, lifting right back up through center, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to drop the left hand down in line with the left knee and reach that right arm up. Coming through our side modified plank and starting to reach that right arm over the right ear. Maybe finding a balance by lifting that right leg up. Starting to arch the chest towards that imaginary wall, resting it against that wall, and maybe finding that bind. Sweeping the right arm around to find that foot, kicking into that hand to deepen, and releasing, coming all the way back through to that side modified plank, pushing through the left hand and reaching all the way up. Gate pose. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands right down through the heart. Checking in for a moment and taking the hands all the way down. Coming right back to that tabletop and sweeping that right leg around to the back of the mat, extending it out, stretching out those toes, rolling out that ankle. Maybe taking a sip of your drink. Starting to extend that right foot back and roll out that right ankle, taking those little circles in both directions. Bending into that right knee, opening up that hip when you're ready. And taking a few hip circles here in each direction. Nice and organically rolling out the spine as you roll out the right hip, extending that right foot all the way back to stamp that footprint on that imaginary wall behind you when you're ready. We're going to take that left arm extended out in front, framing off the face. Inhale, lengthen, nice straight line. Exhale, curling the elbow into the knee, crunching it in. Inhale, lengthen through that balance. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze that core. Coming right back through to that nice straight line. And bending into that right knee when you're ready. Sweeping that left arm around to maybe find that foot, that bind. Kicking into that hand if you find that bind. Deepening here. Releasing to come right back through to that balance, dropping the left hand down. We're going to sweep that right knee behind the left, bending into it, curtsying behind, and falling into this Gomukhasana fold. Stretching out those hips and glutes, dropping the head down, reaching those fingertips forward. Beautiful breath here. And when you're ready, lifting right back up into our tabletop. Getting settled here, we're going to flush everything out. Breathing in, dropping the belly, lifting the gaze. Exhale, taking that cat pose, pushing the mat away. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the hips. Exhale, curl the spine towards the sky, curl the chin to the chest. Finding that neutral spine, we're going to curl the toes under and lift the knees off of the mat a few inches, maybe 2 or 3 inches, coming to this floating tabletop, dropping the chest down onto the thighs, and slowly making our way into our nice downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, pedaling out the feet, shaking out the head, getting situated. Those hands are about shoulder distance apart, fingers are wide, feet are about hips distance apart, heels are reaching towards the earth. And when you're ready, we're going to lift those heels up, come onto the tiptoes, exhale, release, downward facing dog, deepening here. Inhale, lift the heels up, come up onto the tippy toes, shift the gaze forward, exhale, release, downward facing dog, send the hips high, one more breath, inhale. Exhale, roll it back out, downward facing dog. Taking the left foot high up to the sky when you're ready and finding our 3-legged dog. Hips are squared, toes are pointed towards the earth, heel is pointed towards the sky, opening up that hip when you're ready, bending into the left knee, and starting to circle it out, taking those nice organic hip circles in both directions. If you would like to flip all the way over here, you can shift the weight forward and flip over into your wild thing, lifting the chest, opening the heart, coming back around as we exhale, squaring off those hips, sending that left leg all the way back up, 3-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, we're going to draw that left knee into the nose. Inhale, take it right back up, engage the core here. Exhale, curl the knee in, creating some space as we take these breaths. Lift it high. Exhale, pull it through, knee to nose. Take it right back up, 3-legged dog. This time we're going to send that knee all the way through those hands, finding our pigeon pose. So that left ankle is going to be right behind our right wrist, getting nice and comfortable here. Maybe that left ankle is in line with that left knee. Maybe you're at more of an angle. So just take what feels good for your body. Maybe you have some space up underneath that left side, and that's okay. Keeping the hips squared, keeping that right leg nice and straight, top of the foot down, resting on the mat. And if you'd like, you can deepen by walking those hands forward and resting over that left knee. You can take that little pillow here underneath you if you'd like. Just take what feels good. Take a few deep breaths. Deepening with each breath that we take here. Releasing that tension in the left side, left hip. We hold a lot of our emotions and our stress here. So just taking a few extra breaths to let that go. When you're ready, start to slowly lift the head back up, walking the hands back into the body. Framing off that left side for a moment, maybe pushing up through those hands, taking a little arch in the lower back. Maybe starting to bend into that right knee, deepening in those legs. We're going to transition here into our Lord of the Fishes nice and carefully. So shifting all of the weight onto that left side and slowly, carefully sweeping that right leg all the way around. Placing it over that left leg, right foot on the ground. If you'd like the modified version of this, extend that left leg long and cross the right leg over, taking your half Lord of the Fishes. Getting situated. When you're ready, we're going to inhale to sweep the arms all the way up to the sky. And as we exhale, we're going to revolve to the right, catching that left elbow onto that right knee. Keeping that left arm extended or bending it if you'd like. Deepening as we breathe, lengthening the spine, shifting the gaze back. Starting to slowly unravel the spine, reaching the arms all the way up to the sky, and exhale, dropping those hands over to the left to counter that stretch. Dropping the chest down towards the ground and pushing all the way back up when you're ready. We're going to place the hands behind us for a little support here. And shifting into our Gomukhasana. So starting to stack those knees up. Feet are wide, sides of the feet are down. If you need to modify this pose, you can extend that left leg out underneath the right. Grabbing onto those feet as we inhale, lifting the chest, lifting the gaze, and exhale to slowly fold forward over that right knee. Deepening that stretch in those glutes. If you'd like, you can place your little pillow down underneath the third eye, under that chest, whatever feels good. Starting to lift all the way back up when you're ready, using those hands for support as we extend the feet all the way out in front of us. Reach the arms all the way up to the sky, and exhale to take a forward fold seated. Taking a few breaths here, keeping those toes pointed up towards the sky, maybe taking a micro bend in the knees, curling the chin down into the chest, and just relaxing the head, relaxing the neck, stretching out those legs. One vertebrae at a time is going to roll us all the way back up, and we're going to transition right back into our downward facing dog, however you would like to get there. Taking a few deep breaths here, pedaling out the feet, shaking out the head, maybe taking a few rolls in the spine, in the ankles. When you're ready, we're going to take that right foot up, shifting the weight into the left side, lifting it high, three-legged dog, rolling out the ankle here, pointing those toes towards the earth and starting to open up that hip when you're ready. Bending into the right knee, taking a few hip circles, rolling out in both directions, taking a few on each side, and if it's available, maybe flipping over into that wild thing. So if you took it on the other side, trying to balance that out as you exhale, flipping right back around, or just taking that foot right back up, three-legged dog. Inhale to reach that right leg high, and as we exhale, we're going to curl that right knee to nose. Inhale, lifting that right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, curl that knee into the nose, engaging the core. Inhale, last one, lift it up. Exhale, curl the knee in. This time, taking that three-legged dog, and as we exhale, we're going to bring that right knee through those hands, finding our nice pigeon pose on this side. That right ankle is right behind the left wrist. The left leg is long, relaxing that left foot down on the mat. And getting comfortable here, maybe starting to walk the hands forward and drop the head down. Maybe coming onto those forearms or that little pillow. Just breathing here for a few moments. Maybe taking another little sip of your drink, as I like to sometimes do in this pose. Deepening that breath, letting everything release from that right hip. Any tensions, stresses, emotions. And starting to slowly lift back up when you're ready, lifting the head up, starting to walk those hands in. Take a little back bend here, lift the gaze up, maybe bending into that left knee. Opening up the space between the legs even more if you'd like. Releasing back down whenever you're ready. We're going to start to slowly and carefully shift the weight over to that right side and sweep that left leg all the way around. So if you'd like, you can extend that right leg out or keep it tucked, making our way into our full Lord of the Fishes pose. Sweeping the arms all the way up on the inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to twist to the left. Bringing that left hand right back in center and catching that right elbow onto that left knee. You can keep it extended or bend it or grab onto that left thigh. Releasing as we inhale to come all the way back up, and as we exhale, we're going to counter that stretch. Place those hands down to the right. Drop the chest. Inhale, lifting all the way back up through center. And as we exhale, we're going to make our way into our full Gomukhasana if it's available. Or if you took that modification, you can keep that bottom leg extended. Stacking the left knee over the right and grabbing onto those feet. Lifting the spine as you inhale and starting to fold forward as you exhale, releasing the spine. Shifting all the way back up, placing the hands behind us. We're going to extend the feet right out in front, coming to our Dandasana, sweeping the arms up, and exhale to fold forward, hinging at the hips. Slowly lifting back up one vertebrae at a time. We're going to pull the soles of the feet together, knees wide, coming into our butterfly pose or Baddha Konasana. Those feet can be as close to you or as far away as you would like. You can take your little pillow and place it over the feet if you'd like. And we're going to fold forward, grabbing onto those feet. Releasing the spine, releasing the head down. And just releasing both of those hips here. We did a lot of hip stuff today. One vertebrae at a time. Once again, rolling up. Take the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, pull the hands right down through heart center. Placing that pillow behind you if you have it. If not, that's okay. You can lay down flat back. And we're going to release all the way down. Finding our final Shavasana resting pose today. Wherever that is. Maybe extending those legs long. Dropping the hands down, palms facing up towards the sky. Taking the Shavasana for as long as you would like, I'm going to leave you here with a reading about ahimsa. Fill your heart with compassion and you will spread love, caring for you, those around you, and above. Ahimsa teaches nonviolence and gentle living, treating us thoughtful and always forgiving. Aware of our thoughts and the energy we send, we are all connected, from stranger to friend. Find peace of mind and within your own heart, the sacred place where ahimsa will start. Both inward and out, we inspire and grow, and support all creatures with this gift we bestow. Be strong with emotion, while each time accepting, open to improvement with soulful reflecting. Ask yourself, with these thoughts I am freeing, do I support the growth of every world's being? Thank you all so much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed. The light in me truly honors and shines to the light in each of you. Namaste.